Hi everyone, I thought today I'd do an unboxing from Kokuyo. It's the Jibun Techo Diary, Life, and Idea book. It's the mini, so this is the B6 version. And just to give you a comparison, this is the A5 Jibun Techo Days. So this is what I had been using for the past few years. And you'll notice it was in a 2-book format. But for 2025, they've opted to make it a large, just one book. So I thought that would be pretty heavy, just like this one is. So I opted to go with something a little smaller since I'm not writing as much for work. But if you pre-ordered through Kokuyo's Kokuyo Global through their website, then you got this special package of pre-order items. And I wanted to really highlight and give these items some time today because they're really unique, and I got to spend some time with my mom that also explained some of these items to me since she's from Japan. And the pre-order booklet is very helpful with helping us understand this as well. So if you pre-ordered from them, you received this cute little booklet. And I believe after, if you can't do it through the pre-order anymore, you can order this little guidebook on Amazon Japan, if I saw that correctly. So you might look up Jibun Techo Guidebook 2025, and you could get this item there. Here it explains, it says Jibun Techo Novelty Set. So that's what these items are down here. And on the first page, it explains what that novelty set is. So here it explains exclusive products from Kokuyo's main notebook factory in Shiga, Japan. So that's a prefecture in Japan. And it's interesting, all of these items are actually highlighting that area of Japan. Now, the rest of this book is about how you can use it in different formats for study, work, self-care, and art. And so those items are discussed in the following pages. But what I thought I'd show you right now is how these items apply to Kokuyo. All right, so we'll start first with this. So Biwa Ko, so this is Lake Biwa message note. So there's a large freshwater lake in that area called Lake Biwa. And at Lake Biwa, there's this particular duck that comes to that area. And they also make a famous soup out of this duck, like a shabu-shabu style hot pot soup with this duck. So that duck is from that region and that lake. Also, that area has, I think this is trying to depict the canal. They have a canal where you can ride like these canoe-looking things, kind of like Venice, and you have someone in the back rowing the boat for you. It is a large freshwater lake. You can also ride sailboats when you visit this lake. So they have the nice sailboats. And then they have a particularly large catfish that this lake is known for. So that's what this note card is about. And then the last note card of the set has the little gate. Most famous lakes, canals, anywhere there's water, you'll often see these little shrine gates all over Japan. And there's one there as well. So along with this, you'll see I have this washi tape that's laid out. So it doesn't repeat very often. This is the length that you get before it repeats. Now, I'm not sure if I can show this great, but I will try. So here, I forget. I don't know if this is Hakone Castle or if it's the other. There's a couple of historic buildings in Omi, which is also in Shiba Prefecture, that this could be. And then the sakura, or cherry blossom flowers. Again, there's that gate, the shrine gate. Then this, it's famous for cycling. You can go bicycling, I think like 13 kilometers in that area. This here is the ferry boat that you can take. It's like she's doing a, little scene off of Titanic for us here. This is the shape of the map of that actual lake, Lake Biwa. And this one, my mom explains to me that Shigaraki Tanuki is actually a very famous pottery or porcelain manufacturer there in Shiba Prefecture. There's that temple thing again. And then this is Ninja. So there is an old city that originally trained ninjas back centuries ago. And even today you can go there and learn how to throw a ninja star or do ninja training. So it's famous for that. So that's why they included it on here. Here's that little boat I was talking about that can go through the canals. And then it says bird watching. So it's very famous for bird watching, including those unique ducks that are in that area. This is that a type of like carp type of fish. And they make, it's called funazushi. So not tuna, and it's not sushi. They call it funazushi. I believe it's sliced and then fried, but it's still kind of raw in the middle. And then there is the Omi beef. So there's 3 major manufacturers of beef there. And this area is also called Omi. And that's where that particular beef or cow is at. So that's the interesting history of the area of where Kokuyo's manufacturing is. Another interesting fact is it's also the origination of where this little character is from. So he's called Tobita-kun, and this is a fusen. So it's the sticky notes that we put, to just mark our pages in the planner. But this is a symbol of a child dashing out. So the story is around 1955, after World War II, when automobiles were becoming more popular in Japan. This is like a little warning sign for drivers to look out for possible darting children. So now there's all different types of boards. These signs back in the day used to be made from wood, and today now schools and other places can get them made from plastic and with other characters. Girls, Sanrio even made some of Hello Kitty doing this same type of dash. So it's just become really famous, but the original artist was there from this area of Shiga Prefecture, also where Kokuyo is based. So that's why they included this little sticky note in here as well. Then they have these little stickers. So these are called hako, so a box of box of seals. And so in each one of these, there are 5 different pictures. So this particular one has these 5 pictures. This one's a duplicate. But these are like speech bubbles. So you can write whatever you want in those speech bubbles. And all you do is pull the sticker here, and then it pulls the sticker out and releases it from the sticker paper. So that's the sticky portion right there, ready to go into your notebook. So that's one of them. And then the other one is based on desserts. So again, same thing. And then this one has 5 desserts, so you'll see some duplicates on this sheet. But it has pancake, donut, cheesecake. I think that's an ice cream. This is a strawberry candy I remember from when I was a kid. You unwrap it, and even though it's strawberry flavored, the candy is actually white and kind of powdery. And when you put it in your mouth, in a way, it kind of dissolves in your mouth. So it's hard to describe. Kind of like a strawberry flavored sweet tart here in the States, but it's not a hard candy like that. It's much softer, and it'll kind of dissolve like a powder in your mouth. So that's what this one is, with the little desserts. And then the last thing that they gave us in that little kit are these Kokuyo stickers. So as you'll see, Japan 1905. So as my mom was saying, ever since she was a kid, this is the brand as far as campus notebooks and pens and markers and glue. They've been in Japan for over a century, and that's just what so many families have used for school supplies over all these years. So it's really nice. Kokuyo is trying to share a piece of their history, their area, their heritage of where they're from and where they manufacture their products. And they're trying to share that piece of their story with us by giving us these products and letting us do a little research behind them. I don't remember if I shared this already, but they also have a strip of stickers right here that's included in our kit that match the cover of the guidebook this year, and those can be used with that cover on the inside. So let's go ahead and get into this Jibun Techo. So the cool thing about this particular volume that I purchased is that it's a book system. So it's 3 books in one. And as once as you have the system, you don't really have to buy the system every year. You can just replace the planner book itself. So what was pretty this year is this is a rose gold foil, and then it's just a simple beige cover. So I love the simplicity of that this year. And it comes with the explanation on how to use it. And then what's also included is a pencil board. But this pencil board is very handy because it also comes with an elastic, and that elastic can be used to seal the book here. Let me see. Yeah. So you can use it to seal the book just like that, and you can store items like rulers and other things there. So the 3 books is, first there is the Life book in the front, and you'll see it's just slipped into the front cover. So if it's too bulky for you, you can remove it. There's 3 card slots right here on the inside. And the Life book has a lot of like lists. You can say Life's Dream, 100 wish lists, personal motto, phrases, anniversaries in January. By each month, you can list anniversaries. Has a map, world map in Japan, my news, world news, family news, really neat little things you can track in life. So this is really meant to keep over a multi time period, not just for 1 year, so that you can keep those types of anniversaries and notes with you from year to year. So that's the first book. And so that's inside the main planner, which is, this gives you an example of how to use their weekly layout that's in here. So they give you the calendar of 2025, but also the previous year and the next year. A nice general over the whole year. Again, that My Dream, you can fill that out for year to year. Money plan, traveling in Japan, weekly plan. So this gives you kind of a sample page where you can try some things out before you actually get into using your pages. My 100 wish list, favorite phrases. You know, there's always those key phrases that are used each year. Recommendation list, someone recommends books to you. Here's the book list, movie list, gifts received and gifts given, promise list, and then some blank ones that you can make yourself. This is probably my favorite part, is the Gantt. It's nice to do habit tracking without having to write down and redraw a habit tracker every single month. So these are in here. There's 2 per spread, 2 months per spread. So you can kind of look at this month and your last month at the same time. Then we get into the monthlies. The monthlies are quite colorful in this one, but I like it. They're still kind of muted, not too crazy on their coloring. So after the monthlies, goes through March of the following year, you get the weeklies. So what's nice with these weeklies is that the time periods on these, they start from midnight and they end at midnight. So you have a full 24 hours. So if you work weird hours like I do, this works well because you can still plug them in. Those areas are a little bit small, but what I end up doing is I start with like my first student there, and then I'll write down a little further. What I love doing is mainly I have to track my hours. How many hours of secular work have I done with teaching English? How many hours have I done for volunteer work? And how many hours have I done for real estate work? So I highlight those every day so I can keep track of how many hours I'm doing for each type of thing. This is my running task list, especially with my real estate clients. There's always these deadlines. Many of them will run all into 1 week. And so I make sure at a glance I can catch what those items are, like the end of their option period, what the execution date of the contract was, when their finance addendum is up. All of those types of things I have to make sure to keep track of very closely. So those I just transfer from week to week until we get to closing. So I love having everything on 1 week so I can see it all together. So those are all 1 week at a glance through the whole year. And then at the end of the book, it has like a looking back on 2025. And then, of course, there's the Osaka route map and Nagoya, all these different Sendai, all the different train maps that you might use if you're traveling in Japan. So this is also very helpful for me. I have a daughter that lives in Thailand. I have students in Singapore, Korea, and Japan. I have a friend in Serbia. So a map like this is very helpful for me figuring out time zones and what the hour difference is from me in Texas to where they are. And we also have friends down in Ecuador still. Last is just a plain grid notebook called the Idea Book. And again, this is something that can transfer from year to year. I actually have one that has some information in it already that I still need. So I'm just going to transfer it out of my original B6 and put it in here. So this is what the B6 Slim looks like. I hope you enjoy using it as much as I do. I'm transferring again from the days into something a little bit more simple because carrying with me, I will have a daily page for my everyday journaling with the Hobonichi Hon. So that will be in another video, but I wanted to make sure to give the background of what was included with the pre-order kit this year so that you kind of knew another story, the background story to some of these items. Now, my story may not be completely perfect, but hopefully you get the general idea of what they're trying to convey over to us. All right, well, that's it for now. If you're using a Jibun Techo, please let me know. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'd love to see what you're using for your planners. So please comment below. Let me know what you plan to use for 2025, and I'll see you on the next one.